That blue spray in your cabinet isn't cleaning your windows. It's leaving a haze on the glass that makes them look dirty faster, so you buy another bottle next month. That's not an accident. That's design. The Amish figured out the actual mechanism decades ago, and it has nothing to do with a spray. It's a sequence. Scrubber first, squeegee second, lint-free edge detail third. In that exact order. Same reason their furniture still holds weight after 100 years while your desk wobbles after 6 months. One system is built to last. The other is built to be replaced. Go grab that blue bottle from under your sink right now. Flip it over and read the ingredient list on the back. Most people never do that. Not once in years of buying the same product. Here's what you'll find. The active cleaning agent is isopropyl alcohol or ammonia, depending on the brand. That part actually works. But those ingredients take up maybe 10 to 15% of what's in the bottle. The rest is water, blue dye, and a class of chemicals called surfactants. Surfactants are molecules that break surface tension so liquid spreads evenly across glass instead of beating up. When you spray and the liquid fans out in a smooth sheet, that's the surfactant doing its job. It looks like the product is working, and for about 30 seconds, it is. But surfactants don't evaporate clean. That's the part they don't put on the label. The alcohol burns off fast, and while the glass is still wet, everything looks clear, so your brain registers it as clean. Then it dries. And what's left behind is a thin surfactant film sitting on the surface of your glass. And that film attracts dust, pollen, and fingerprints faster than bare glass ever would. Your windows look good for maybe 2 days. Then they look worse than before you started, so you spray again, and the film builds up a little more each time. That's not a flaw they missed. Surfactant is cheap to produce, and it makes the product look effective because the liquid spreads so perfectly. A window cleaner that actually left your glass clean for 6 months wouldn't move 6 bottles a year. The repeat purchase is the whole business model, and the surfactant is what guarantees it. Now the blue dye, it does nothing for cleaning. Zero. It's there so the product looks distinct sitting on a shelf next to 12 other bottles, and so you can see where you've already sprayed. That's a shelf sales function, not a chemistry function. You're paying for it either way. The fragrance is the same story. It costs almost nothing to add. It makes the product feel like a premium buy, and your nose does the rest. You smell that sharp, clean scent, and your brain files it under clean. That's not chemistry. That's conditioning. Your nose has been trained to validate a markup. So what you're actually buying is a bottle built to feel like it's solving the problem, while the main active ingredient chemically guarantees the problem returns. The mechanism that makes it spread so well across the glass is the exact same mechanism that makes your windows a magnet for dirt 2 days later. Professional window cleaners don't talk about what's in their spray bottle. They talk about the order they work in. The tool matters less than the sequence. And nobody selling you a blue bottle has any interest in telling you that. The Amish approach isn't a secret formula. It's 3 steps built around how water and glass actually behave, and the order is not flexible. Scrubber first, squeegee second, lint-free edgecloth third. Each one is doing a job the other 2 can't do. The scrubber is a soft, wet applicator, and it does the actual mechanical work. It lifts dirt, grease, and old surfactant residue off the glass by combining water and friction at a scale a spray bottle can't match. You need real contact, real moisture, and real movement across the surface to break the bond between the glass and what's stuck to it. Most people skip this entirely. They spray, they wipe, and what they're actually doing is pushing a thin layer of dirty chemical film around the glass rather than pulling anything off it. The dirt doesn't leave the window, it just moves. The squeegee is the second tool, and it's doing something the paper towel physically cannot do. A squeegee blade pulls liquid off the glass in one controlled pass before it can dry back onto the surface. Paper towels push the liquid around and leave it behind in fibers and streaks. A squeegee pulls it off and drops it. That's the whole mechanical difference between a clean window and a streaky one. And it has nothing to do with what's in your spray bottle. The edge cloth is the third step, and it's the one that almost nobody thinks to add. Water collects in the corners of the frame and along the edges where the squeegee blade can't reach. And when that water dries, it leaves mineral deposits behind. Over time, those deposits don't just sit on the glass. they etch into it. A dry, lint-free cloth run along every edge after the squeegee pass pulls that water before it can dry, and that's what keeps the glass clean at the corners for months instead of days. 3 tools. 1 scrubber, 1 squeegee, 1 lint-free cloth. Each one is matched to a specific physical problem at a specific stage, and you can't swap them or skip one without breaking the whole system. The Amish apply this same logic to furniture joints. You don't use one joint type for every connection in a chair. You use a mortise and tenon where a leg meets a frame because that joint handles lateral stress. You use a dovetail on a drawer because that joint locks against a pulling force. Different stress, different joint, different tool. Same principle as the window sequence. Your desk wobbles. You've tightened those screws twice already and it's still not right because the screw isn't the problem. The hole is. When a metal screw goes into particle board, it bites into compressed wood fibers and that grip holds fine on day 1. But particle board isn't solid wood. It's sawdust and glue pressed into sheets, and every time weight shifts or the desk flexes slightly under normal use, those fibers compress a little more. The screw's grip gets looser with each cycle. After 6 months of daily use, you're turning that screw in a hole that's slightly bigger than it was when it left the factory, and there's nothing left to tighten into. That's not a defect in your specific desk. That's the designed lifespan of that joint type in that material, and the manufacturer knows exactly when it happens. The price reflects it. You're not buying a desk that lasts 10 years. You're buying a desk that's priced to be replaced before you get frustrated enough to go looking for a better option. Now here's what actually works. A mortise and tenon joint runs on the opposite principle. A tenon is a shaped tongue cut from the end of one piece of wood, and a mortise is a cavity cut into a second piece to receive it. When they fit together correctly, the contact between the 2 pieces isn't a single screw point. It's a full surface-to-surface connection across the entire joint face. And that changes everything about how the joint handles stress. Under load, a mortise and tenon doesn't loosen. It compresses. The wood fibers on both sides of the joint press together harder as weight increases, so the joint actually gets tighter the more you use it. Glue locks the bond, and some traditional joints drive a wooden pin straight through the connection so the tenon physically can't back out of the mortise. That's why Amish furniture gets handed down, not sentiment. The joint does more work under stress, not less. You can check this before you spend $1. Grip a chair leg near where it meets the seat frame and push sideways. A mortise and tenon won't move at all. A dowel or screw joint will give slightly, and you'll feel it in your hand.